Welcome to another meeting of the Lorain County Commissioners, broadcast exclusively on your Lorain County Community College education station. The Lorain County Commissioners cordially invite you to see the meetings live and in person every Thursday morning. The meetings are located in the Lorain County Administration Building, located at 226 Middle Avenue in downtown Elyria. The meetings start at 9:30 a.m. on most weeks. Now, enjoy the meeting.
We can all please rise for
There's
the
the one finger.
Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Good morning, everyone. Today's quote is from a guy named Khrushchev. Politicians are the same all over. They promise to build a bridge even when there is no river. So, today we have some shadows, and I'm going to introduce my shadow from Amherst Nord Junior High School, Shannon Hefferman. Welcome to the County Commissioners meeting, and Commissioners, if Commissioner Massey would like to introduce you.
Kelly Turner.
Well, I'm pleased to introduce Mary Heiser, who is a junior at Wellington High School. And Mary's grandfather and I went to grade school and high school together. And she went to St. Mary's in Elyria with two of my grandchildren. So Mary and we knew each other. So welcome, Mary.
And Kelly is from Southview.
We also have, I think we do have shadows all over the county today. People walking around, so you'll know. I thought they were here, but they already left. And Dan Billman had one. So. And I see Sheriff Smetty has his shadow today.
What grade are you in?
I didn't see that.
I wasn't sure who went with who over there.
Yeah. Okay, so. Okay, Madam Clerk.
Okay, there are no scheduled appointments this morning. Under resolutions, I need a motion to approve the Job and Family Services bills for payment.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion? Mrs. Bassey?
Aye.
Mrs. Blair?
Aye.
Mr. Moore?
Aye.
Investments?
So moved.
Second.
Discussion? Mrs. Blair?
Aye.
Mrs. Bassey?
Aye.
Mr. Moore?
Aye.
Appropriations?
So moved.
Second.
Discussion? Mrs. Bassey?
Aye.
Mrs. Blair?
Aye.
Mr. Moore?
Aye with some discussion.
Okay, what number are we on?
Appropriation. Number 6 of 6. I would like to ask the prosecutor to send a demand letter to Squires regarding collecting back some of the money we're spending on that.
Demanding what?
Compensation back for the $101,000 in interest and the $50,000 in legal fees and consulting fees.
What do you mean by
demanding
demand
an
letter?
explanation for it?
I'm demanding them to pay for it.
Oh,
Well, is this
Let
not
me
an
see
issue
that again,
that could
please.
legally be discussed in executive session if it's a matter of litigation?
I don't think it's a matter of litigation. It's just a letter, just to send a demand letter, just to put them on notice. That's all. I don't think he can do that without support of the board.
606.
6 of 16.
Do we have 6?
Here's 6 of 16.
Maybe that's what I
what you
said.
meant,
And
Mr. Moore?
is that what you meant? 6 of 16?
Yeah.
Okay.
My insurance company's already been notified, but I'd like to also notify bond counsel. I think he's looking for instructions on that.
Well, I'm sure if we do that, we're going to hear back from them.
That's what I'd like to hear, something back. So I'd just like to have some support to do that. Or at least ask the prosecutor to do that.
Hard to hear you,
If that be, I still think that this is a matter of litigation, and we could discuss this in executive session. Jerry, do you have?
I believe that would be appropriate.
I would prefer to discuss it with Mr. Innes before we take action. I would feel more comfortable. I don't want to just say yes, no, or maybe without having had the benefit of legal counsel prior to that.
Okay, we're going to executive session.
Okay, so we'll put that. And aye on the other ones, Mr. Moore?
What?
Aye on the other.
I already said that.
Okay. Okay, transfers?
So moved.
Second?
Discussion? Mrs. Blair?
Aye.
Mr. Moore?
Aye.
Mrs. Vacy?
Aye.
There are no advances or repayments this morning. Requisitions?
So moved.
We're in what,
Number 6.
Second for discussion.
Discussion?
Number 1724 and 1725 was not the lowest and best bid. In fact, it was off by $3,500. 1724 was $1,474 and 1725 was $2,560 for printing. And they were both over the lowest bid, which was by $3,500. And Elyria Company bid the lowest and best on that one.
Are these the two you're
Yep.
talking about?
Yeah, going through
Okay.
Bodner Printing.
All right.
Printing. I have exception, well, I have an exception paying
Why?
more than we should.
Yeah, my question would be, why would we go with a higher bidder?
Especially since
What's the
both of them
reason?
are in the county.
Yeah, what's the reason for it?
There was a, will you pull up those requisitions, please? There was a written letter from the county auditor to the Board of Commissioners attached to
It was
those
from somebody other than,
requisitions.
it was from someone other than the auditor.
From the auditor's
Office, yeah.
office.
Right.
Did you want to see these, Peter?
I already read them this morning, that's why I put the exceptions.
Yeah, I saw the exceptions on
I didn't think the
wanna-
logic was appropriate.
there. Did you want to hold those until you get further information?
No, there's 3 bids on there. I just don't agree with who they're going with, that's all. I'd rather just not, well, I'm not gonna vote, I'm not gonna support spending more money on that kind of logic as a,
Yeah, see what she's done with it. Please.
they're both the same letter on both contracts. The same.
Okay, they're saying that the enclosed quotes have been submitted to our office for the 2003 calendar year. Of the 3 proposals, Rolazan and Minuteman Press do not have the capability to create these forms in-house. Based on past experience with similar companies who outsource their work, a quality control issue is a concern. The past 2 years, I have encountered several quality control issues due to a lack of supervision of the project, which resulted in mailing errors. Well,
They used it in the last couple of years. I know we used it last year because we asked, remember that issue with Mr. Cortez? You couldn't get we forced him to get quotes on this because they were just allowing these people, anybody to do this. Then you forced them to start getting quotes on these projects. Remember
I
that?
did request 3 quotes on the
Okay.
printing, yes, sir.
So that logic makes no sense to me since they've already been using this firm. So, since both firms are in Lorain County, I could see if if they were all outside the county and us just looking at it, but since both firms are in Lorain County,
yeah, but they're saying that even though they're in county, they're outsourcing them, so they're probably still coming from out of county.
we don't know that. I don't think that was put in the bid specs, so. If they want to rebid it and say it must be printed in county, then they can do
These
that.
are not formal bids, are they, Mr. Cortez? These are quotes.
Just quotes?
A request for proposal or quotes, whatever you call, because under a certain amount of money, we do not have to bid an item. Am I correct?
You are correct, Commissioner. These are, we seek
Quotations
quote-
to
quotes-
remain
quotes from
competitive.
several vendors in order to maintain the competitive process. So you are correct, Commissioner.
All right.
Well, I would suggest that we hold them until we get further information from them.
I think that's a
That's
good
fine.
suggestion.
That's fine. So I'll amend my motion to hold 1724, or no, I didn't make the motion, you did, didn't you?
I don't even remember.
Did
Who
she
made
make
the
it?
I made the
Okay.
motion, so I'll make the motion and ask that 172402 and 172502 to Bodner Printing Company be held for further information.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Mrs. Blair.
Aye.
Mr. Moore?
Aye.
Mrs. Vacy?
Aye.
Travel expenses.
So move.
Second.
Discussion? Mr. Moore?
Aye.
Mrs. Vacy?
Aye.
Mrs. Blair?
Aye. Excuse me.
Approving bills for payment.
So moved.
Second?
Discussion?
What do you think? Do you want to pay bills?
She's probably afraid to after all that.
Mrs. Blair?
What do you mean?
Mr. Moore?
Aye.
Mrs. Vacy?
Aye.
And to authorize various personnel actions as indicated on the summary for employees within the jurisdiction of Lorain County Commissioners.
Are we going to have an executive session for personnel issues today?
I believe we need to have one, yes.
Okay. Then shall we hold this until after the executive session, if that's all right with you, Mr. Chairman?
Sure.
Under Commissioners, item number 10, need to approve.
I'm going to have to recuse myself to a possible conflict of interest, so that's what you do.
Does she have to leave too, or can she stay?
Well,
She
I don't
can
know.
vote in your place while
Yeah,
you're
then-
gone.
Then outside, then these guys will be writing all sorts of stories.
Hey.
I'll be back.
You sure?
He's just going to get coffee while we're here.
Commissioners, item number 10, we need to approve and enter into a lease agreement between the Board of Commissioners and Lorain County Community Action Agency, effective retroactive to November 1st, 2002, expiring March 31st, 2003, leasing 269 square feet of finished office space to the Community Action Agency located at 42495 North Ridge Road, Elyria, Ohio. Rent shall be $3,525 in consecutive monthly installments of $293.77, and shall include all utility costs except for telephones and normal maintenance of the leased premises. Community Action Agency shall use the leased premises for operation of its Head Start, home energy, and home weatherization programs.
Mr. Cortez, Madam Chair, would you just like to briefly explain what this is?
Each year, the Community Action Agency opens up a little sub-office at the One Stop to provide services to needy residents in the community. This is an ongoing program, and I'm pleased that they're back offering it again. Makes it much more convenient for people that want to access services. They're doing a good job for us there.
Thank you. Also move.
Second.
Any more discussion? Mrs. Blair?
Aye.
Mrs. Vacy?
Aye. Make copies of the letter. Make a copy of the address and stick on each one of these. The cover sheet and the letter. And then give it back to Roxy. Welcome back.
No. Well, don't ask, then you won't know.
Okay, under Commissioners, item number 11. Need to advertise for bids for supplying copy paper, paper products, trash liners, and cleaning products to the Administration Building, the Correctional Facility, Golden Acres County Home, and the Department of Job and Family Services. These bids will be accepted until 2 p.m. on Thursday, December 5th, 2002, here in the Commissioners' back conference room. The public would like to post a notice on the Chronicle Telegram and Morning Journal on November 15th and 22nd, 2002.
Also moved.
Second.
Discussion? Mrs. Blair?
Aye.
Mr. Moore?
Aye.
Mrs. Vacy?
Aye.
Item number 12, I'd like to change the 2003 general fund and general obligation bond retirement fund inside millage rates as follows. The general fund to be from 1.15 mils to 1.60 mils, and the general obligation bond retirement fund from 0.45 mils to 0 mils.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion? Mrs. Vacy?
Aye.
Mrs. Blair?
Aye.
Mr. Moore?
Aye.
Under the Children and Families Council, item number 13, we need to approve and enter into the following contract amendments to modify the original resolution. First one with Catholic Charities Services Corporation, total award $100,531.74. B, Children's Development Center, total award $85,991.23. C, Community Health Partners Home Health Care, total award $11,277.54. D, the Leary City Department of Health, total award $267,163. E, Listening Advantage, total award $21,615.28. F, Lighthouse Family Services, total award $65,953.86. G, the Lorain City Health Department, total award $250,110.42. H, Lorain County Alcohol and Drug Abuse Services, total award $55,534.36. I, Lorain County Board of Mental Retardation and Developmental Disabilities, total award $59,207.08. J, the Lorain County General Health District, total award $121,120.76. K, the Music Therapy Enrichment Center Incorporated, total award $31,013.23. L, the Neighborhood House Association of Lorain County, total award $174,206.01. And M, Plum Creek Associates Incorporated, total award $39,001.49. You'd authorize the President or Vice President to execute the contracts listed on behalf of the Board.
Commissioners, if I can ask for I would like this resolution to reflect that these changes are necessary due to a decrease in state funding for this program. That's why this is being done, and I'd like the record to reflect that. Mr. Crespo, is that correct?
Yes, sir. Also, if I could just add to the...
Would you like to go up?
Good morning, Commissioners. Juan Molina Crespo, Director of the Lorain County Children and Families Council. If I could just add the language for, in the amendment to state for the Help Me Grow program service providers. After the word amendments.
We're going to be continuing to see reductions in certain program awards, so we're just being fluid with our contracts to reflect those changes.
Is that all you needed, Juan?
Yes, ma'am, unless there's any questions from the board.
No.
How much a
Some-
reduction is this overall from what we had before?
In the original subsidy agreement, Mr. Moore, was signed on June 5th. It was for, these dollars represent general revenue fund dollars, GRF dollars. The original subsidy agreement was for $272,920. The revised subsidy agreement, which was signed in October, is for $244,667 for a reduction of $28,253.
$28,000, how much, please, Juan? I'm
Ma-
sorry. Would you repeat that figure, $28,000?
$28,253.
Thank you.
It represents a little bit over 10% of our original award. And in comparing what other counties around the state had received, the Ohio Department of Health had reduced most of them by 13%. So we're actually a little bit better in terms of what they could have taken than what they did take.
And these numbers in number 13 reflect the figures for October?
The numbers listed in item 13 are the revised contract amounts. Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
So moved.
Second?
Any more discussion?
Thank you, Lon.
Thank you.
Mrs. Vacy?
Aye.
Mr. Moore?
Aye.
Mrs. Blair?
Aye.
Under the County Engineer is number 14. I'd like to authorize various applications to the Ohio Public Works Commission, the Lorain County Engineers Department, and authorize Ken Carney, the County Engineer, to execute on behalf of the Board the applications and the local share and loan repayments. Applications are made for the following projects. A, Middle Ridge Road rehabilitation, total cost $1,115,529. Ohio Public Works grant would equal $375,529.80. 80% federal on construction. The Amherst Corporation Limit East to West Ridge Road. This project consists of paved berm installation, embankment work, resurfacing, guardrail, dried aprons, no local cost. B, for Quarry Road resurfacing, total cost $251,000. The Ohio Public Works grant, $223,390. That'd be South Amherst Village to Amherst City. The project consists of resurfacing, local share from MVGT funds. C, 2003 resurfacing program, total cost $309,645. The OPWC grant, $140,800. The OPWC loan is $35,200, 0% interest for 10 years. This project consists of resurfacing Columbia West River Road from State Route 82 to Cracker Road and Osborne Road from Britt Road to Columbia West River Road. The local share and loan repayment are from the MVGT funds. And D, Broadway Taylor outfall, total cost $297,357. The OPWC loan assistance in the amount of $148,679. This project consists of installing the outlet sewer to sewer Broadway and Taylor in Amherst Township. The local share will come from CDBG sewer funds or assessments. The following projects will be placed on the unfunded list and may be funded later with underrun funds. A, Plum Creek wastewater treatment plant upgrade. Total cost $305,500. The OPWC loan assistance would be in the amount of $226,070. Treatment plant upgrade. The local share from CDBG sewer funds or assessments. And B, the Bumhart Road paved berm project. Total cost $139,468. The OPWC grant in the amount of $124,127. And this project consists of installation of paved berms from State Route 20 to State Route 511. The local share will be from the MVGT funds.
Ken, would you like to come up and add your expertise to this amendment? How's that?
Always happy to. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Just to be very brief, we did have a fortunate occurrence at our last meeting with the sixth engineering review committee, six-member engineering review committee, which is the arm of the review of the entire District 9, Ohio Public Works Commission District. C was a resurfacing program that I was going to do on an annual basis, but there was $176,000 available at that meeting, and I was fortunate to obtain that day. So we've got a small loan, but the majority of it was grants, so roughly saved about $140,000 grant, a $35,000 loan, 0% interest at 10 years. I've got the money reserved for that. I did want to mention that. And the A project, Middle Ridge, is one of our best projects. That's the 80-20. Our engineering will be reimbursed, so we make more than 100% on that job. So the 80% will be fed, 20% Ohio Public Works, and my engineering will come back to me when it's built. B is very similar, but I had to pay 11% of that project. And that'll be going in next year, as well as Middle Ridge, next year's construction season. And I'm here to answer any questions on anything else. And we need these approvals for authorization for my signatures on those applications for December the 6th. At that time, we'll be shipping out the entire package of over 80 projects to Columbus probably the following Monday.
Is there any chance that those projects listed on the unfunded list might move up through the process?
I'm glad you asked that. There's been a good probability in the last 5 years that the first 2 or 3 jobs on the unfunded list comes into a funding status sometimes in the July or August area where people are paying back their outstanding loans. So that could be available. And I think we're pretty high on that unfunded list, quite frankly. So it looks pretty favorable.
good.
Ken, I'll be going to Columbus tomorrow to CCAO, and I saw on our agenda that one of the issues that we'll be discussing is increasing the amount that the engineers can use. I'm not sure what the figures were, something like 30,000 on roads and bridges, that your employees, it will increase the amount that you can allow. You could probably explain a little bit better
Force
than I can,
account?
but the amount that
Force account.
you can allow go up to with your employees and do the work yourself in-house with the employees that you have.
Yeah, it's a housekeeping concept. That's called a force account. And we're limited in certain regards to using our own personnel if it goes over a certain amount of monies per mile. And it's been
Right.
such a long time that force account has been established that we need to raise that rate up so we can continue to work in-house instead of farm out these jobs. Personally, there's more advantageous profit to me to do it in-house, obviously. And we've got the crews and the expertise to do it. But
So you're
sometimes you get
in
over that $50,000 a mile marker and you're looked at a couple of times.
Yeah, I
So,
was under the assumption that you would be in agreement with that, and I just
Oh.
wanted to,
appreciate your vote on that.
I think it was like 30,000 on roads.
I think it's the increase. The increase
Right.
was 30.
It doubled or tripled.
Yes, and that's an inflationary concept of
Right.
material costs and wage costs. But
Okay,
get there a day early and not lobby for me, I'd appreciate that. So thank you.
all right, thanks, Ken.
You bet.
Mr. Chair, I also move for approval of item number 14.
Second?
Any more discussion? Mrs. Blair?
Aye.
Mr. Moore?
Aye.
Mrs. Vacy?
Aye.
And item number 15, that to authorize the president or vice president to execute on behalf of the board a grant application to the Ohio Department of Public Safety in the amount of $9,600 for a sign upgrade program. The county engineer's office has preliminary applied and received approval for a sign upgrade grant to purchase 99 double arrow signs to be installed at T intersections around the county. The sign cost is $9,600 and the grant is 100%. The engineer's crews will install the signs.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion? Mrs. Vacy?
Aye.
Mrs. Blair?
Aye.
Mr. Moore?
Aye.
Okay, comments, reports, Mr. Cordez, Administrator?
I have nothing this morning, thank you.
Okay, Assistant County Prosecutor, Mr. Ennis?
Just a request, in addition to the other matter that was mentioned, I have another matter pending litigation, which I need to discuss with the commissioners.
Okay. Commissioners report?
Commissioner Vacy?
Yeah, well, first of all, I have several questions. Jim, I was reviewing some of the tapes, and there were some things that you were going to look into. I just wondered what the status is on them. The environmental review for the Broad Street property, has that been completed?
It's been completed and a copy's been circulated to each commissioner.
Okay. When will the demolition start on that Broad Street building, on the house?
One second, I'm just taking a note to make, I believe it's been circulated, but I'm going to check on it.
Well, I'll look for it when
Okay.
I go back, but,
Well, that's a fairly good question. I checked on that this morning. That property was supposed to be dropped 10 days ago. They ran into some problems with some asbestos in the building, and the contractor is working through that issue. It's their responsibility, not ours. Our original arrangement was that we would allow the fire department to go in, utilize the building for training exercise, and then the building would be dropped within a day or two after that. Obviously, that hasn't occurred. We are going to be boarding the outside of the building up today. Hopefully, we'll have resolution to this issue within the week. The contractor has until November 25th to complete the job. At that point, we'll have to look into the issue for a possible litigation matter and move on to the next bidder. I'm hoping that doesn't occur. We are staying on top of it. I did receive an update this morning that the matter may be resolved by week's end.
I was a little concerned because there's so many openings in the building that it could be a safety hazard.
I personally visited the site, and I agree with you, and we are closing the site up.
Okay.
I'd hoped that we wouldn't have to spend time and energy doing that, but unfortunately, we're going to have to.
Okay, thanks. And then Commissioner Moore requested information for the revolving loan fund for residents regarding sewer tie-ins.
And those
Did you get any
discussions,
information?
well, he didn't request information. He had wanted meetings to take place with various groups, and Those meetings will be taking place in the next few weeks, and we'll have something, some reports back from how those meetings are going.
Thanks.
You're welcome. And then have you checked the grant money from the feds for the electronic voting machines? I gave you some information. maybe
No,
a couple
Commissioner, that
weeks
issue's
ago.
still sitting on my desk. I saw the information come in from you, but I have not done anything with that yet. I saw you put a thing on top of it that said we need to get on top of this pretty quick, and I will be working on that this week.
Okay. That's all I have for you, Jim.
Thanks, Commissioner.
But then there's one other thing. Someone brought me some information yesterday in regards to the Amber Plan, and I don't know if you're familiar with it, but I guess it's been televised, and to me, it sounds like a very good program. I'll read this little bit of information, and then I was talking to Sheriff Stemeti, and he said we do have it in Lorain County. I don't know if it's publicized enough, but if we can get a little bit more publicity on it, I think it would help. And what the Amber Plan is, it's a voluntary partnership between law enforcement agencies and broadcasters to activate an urgent bulletin in the most serious child abduction cases. Broadcasters use the Emergency Alert System, which is EAS, formerly called the Emergency Broadcast System, to air a description of the abducted child or adult and suspected abductor, tongue-tied. And this is the same concept used during severe weather emergencies. The goal of the Amber Alert is to instantly galvanize the entire community to assist in the search for and safe return of the child. When and why was the Amber Plan created? The Amber Plan was created in 1996 as a powerful legacy to 9-year-old Amber Hagerman, a bright little girl who was kidnapped and brutally murdered while riding her bike in Arlington, Texas. The tragedy shocked and outraged the entire community. Residents contacted radio stations in the Dallas area and suggested they broadcast special alerts over the airwaves so that they could help prevent such incidents in the future. That's how it got started, and since then I've heard of other issues too. We were talking a little while ago where there was a broadcast that came over the radio stations, and this vehicle was parked at a red light, and the vehicle in the front of it recognized the license plate number. And fortunately, this child was saved through that, and I guess there's been all kinds of incidents. A couple weeks ago, there was one in Cleveland. But anyway, I'd ask Sheriff Stemeti to expound on this a little bit.
Morning, everyone. Sure, Commissioner, that is an excellent plan, and it is implemented in Lorain County. 3 or 4 months back, the Chiefs Association in Lorain County got involved in it with this Amber Alert Plan. There is several pieces of legislation pending now because Governor Taft had stated that he does want something in place by the first of the year. We do have something in place in Lorain County now. My law enforcement director, Captain Rich Resendez, has worked on this. We do have a policy now at the Sheriff's Office. And basically what it is, it encompasses 9 counties in our area, including Cuyahoga and Ashtabula, Lake, I don't know exactly all 9, Medina. And what happens is it's been known fact within the first 2 or 3 hours of a child abduction, that is the most critical time period. If you're going to find them and find them safe, that's the time you want to do it. So with this Amber Alert, as soon as the local police agency decides, and there's several criteria before you decide. Obviously, it's a child under 18 that hasn't been missing more than 24 hours. So there's a certain criteria that does have to be met. And at that point, the broadcast is put out through Cuyahoga County, through their Emergency Management Association, through this EAS system. Tom Kelly from our EMA has worked on this also in conjunction with all the police agencies and has done an excellent job also. And that's what the intent is, to put out the emergency broadcast through, in collaboration with all the media also. To put out, obviously you got to have a description of the person that's missing and a description of a suspect if you have one. And like I say, within that first 2 or 3 hours, that's when you want to do it because chances are that's when you're going to get them back safely. There has been some in the Chronicle and Journal on this, and it is implemented in Lorain County throughout the 16 police departments in Lorain County now.
It's an excellent program, and what it is the community becomes the eyes and ears for the child. Can it also be used for adults? people with maybe Alzheimer's or something?
Well,
They
in
just-
certain circumstances, the problem you don't want to do is you don't want to put out too many alerts, because then you desensitize the public, because what'll happen then is they won't pay attention to
tune
them
out.
anymore. If you put out, if you cry wolf too many times, I guess then they won't pay attention. Not that all of them aren't serious, but I don't know if all of them require to be put out major broadcasts like that. I mean, police departments now, they put out leads, bulletins, and be on the lookout type things through their inner departments. But obviously for a child or something that meets a certain criteria, now there could be something that could meet a criteria for an adult, but this is basically for children under 18 years of age.
Okay, thank you, Sheriff.
I did want to mention one thing. I just also wanted, on Eva Weber, who runs the 4-H Youth Government, I just wanted to commend her that for the Youth Government Day, we have Brittany Hawk at the Sheriff's Office. With me and my Chief Deputy being here at the Commissioner, she's back running the Sheriff's Office now, so.
Oh, it's in good hands
I
then,
know
right?
it's in good hands,
That's good.
But Eva does a great job, and that is a great program.
Yeah, she does.
Thank you.
Thank you, Sheriff.
There's some information on this AMBER plan on the back table if anybody's interested in it. Maybe I could add a little bit to that too, because Kelly is with the CAR-Team program, which is an excellent program, 4-H CAR-Team. It's, well, I guess children that have had an accident or some vehicle violations are sentenced, should I say, to this program. And there's several of the kids out there that put on a show, a demonstration, and some other things that, like movies and stuff, and give testimony of some experiences that they've had with their friends or someone that's been in an accident. Excellent program. That also comes from Eva's department. We want to thank her for that, too. Thank you and all your group. And her mom puts a lot of work in that, too. That's all I have. Thank you.
I have no report today, thank you, Commissioner Moore.
Sure.
Well, no. Why? Shouldn't I? We're getting ready to take these young folks out to lunch, so we want to hurry up and get done
Oh, we
with
still
what we have
got,
to do.
we still got lots of time.
Well, we have lots to do, so I didn't want
I
to.
think Betty's hungry.
I'm always hungry. That's my problem.
I know we do have to sit in executive session. I agree with the memo that I received to have executive session. I do not agree with going into executive session regarding the bond issue. But I'll wait until we come out of that and see what happens. So I have no other report.
Okay, any old business?
None here.
I have none.
None.
New business?
I have none.
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 Board correspondence?
I move the reading and waive.
Second?
Mrs. Blair?
Aye.
Mr. Moore?
Aye.
Mrs. Vacy?
Aye.
Public comment?
Anybody have anything public to add to the meeting today? Please come up and make a statement, identify who you are. And
I'm going to go before
Dave.
Bob.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, that's okay. That's okay. He's coming. David Ashenhurst, Oberlin. I wanted to give as good as I get. I just wanted to thank the commissioners for the agenda being on the website in advance of the meetings, since I made that comment about it several meetings ago. I haven't been looking on Mondays, but they are there on Wednesday nights, and I do appreciate that, and I'm sure other people do too. That's all I have. Thank you.
Thank you, staff.
Okay, seeing no other, then I guess I'm just picking on you, Bob. I know you're not.
He'll get even.
No, he's got, looks like he's got a little patriotic theme going today.
Did you hear that? She said you're so cute.
I appreciate that. I've been called half-fast, but I've never been called cute. My name is Robert Kidd. I am nobody.
Oh, don't say that.
There are many, many nobodies amongst us. The nobodies outnumber the people that are. The nobodies are as common as water. Water covers 2/3 of this planet. Water, Black River Rap, all tied together. Water is very important. Without water, there would be no life on this planet. Having said that, I would like to go back to a remark that I heard at the VFW meeting, and it strikes to the very heart of the matter. All gave some. It's It's carved in stone in Arlington. All gave some. Some gave all. You have heard me talk of Rudy Adamek. He was a nobody. Nobody knows who he was. He was a boy in my neighborhood who died on June 6th on a beach in France. Nobody knows who he was. We're talking of building a Vietnam memorial, and I hope it's built south at the entranceway in 911 and make that a traffic circle with flags flying as they have in Eastlake, and memorialize the veterans who have served Lorain County and have served their country. Having said that, he died way too young. November 5th was also memorable. It was the Tuesday that we got 125% turnout in one of our precincts. Thank God I've urged people to get the vote out. It has been explained to me, that it was because of a double count. We have 10 days in which to readjust that count. I do not know. I talked to the Board of Elections in Lorain yesterday, and they said that they were under lock and key. Somebody has that lock and key. In the Lorain Police Department, there were drugs under lock and key, and they were sold, if you recall that incident. So, no, if you are not vigilant, if you do not participate, I want you, everybody who is an American citizen and who believes in the flag of the United States, to participate in voting and to participate in these meetings. We have today 3, 6, 9, 12 people in attendance out of 250,000. Mr. Moore suggested that we meet at schools in the afternoon when people could attend and you wouldn't get parking tickets for attending a public function. I agree with that. I have seen people in Fairbanks, Alaska, outside of schools, standing outside at 40 below because they believe in freedom there. Let the light of freedom continue. I'm probably going to run over, but I'll tell you what. I believe in America. I was castigated last week after the camera was taken off because I had wrapped myself in the American flag. Go to Oberlin. View the flags on display. I talked to the city officials. They said they are not theirs. They belong to the college. The Russian flag flies proudly and nicer and higher, and it's a newer flag than the U.S. flag. I wondered about that. I called the college president. She told me the reason for that was because they keep rotating the flags. The U.S. flag, I guess, doesn't get rotated. It remains permanent. However, I have never seen the Canadian flag. There are Canadians just not far away, just across this little lake. There are Mexicans. I've never seen the Mexican flag living amongst us. There are Puerto Ricans. I've never seen a Puerto Rican flag. And there are other nations that are members of the United Nations. The United Nations flag flies there also. Now what I have here is something that I did not realize I had joined. I am one of the charter members of URB. We are talking about the Black River RAP. Last week we spoke of the fact that nothing has been done since 1978 other than funds have been spent. Yes, things have been done. Basically, it's called benign neglect. I was a member when they filled, there's 2 references in today's agenda about Plum Creek. There is no whatsoever about Muddy Creek, which was filled against every EPA and Ohio regulation. Muddy Creek was taken care of by being covered up. What else is being covered up? I do know this. I do know that I have aerial photos on file at the Conservation Agency wherein you can see that there was a 1/4 mile of the creek no longer existent. Why isn't Muddy Creek getting any press? There are 3 mentions in the Black River RAP about 7th generation. They were going to come out. They resided approximately 1 mile from where they buried my creek. They never came out. They are now deceased. Where they're at, I don't know. They too have used funds. All I ask is that if you're going to enforce the law, do not be selective and enforce it against those who are nobody. The nobodies of this country are numerous. They are legion. You get enough drops of water to stick together to participate in America, and you will create an iceberg if you freeze them together to sink the Titanic. Thank you.
Thanks, Bob. Anybody else have any public comment? Do I make a motion to adjourn, or is that going to work?
You can
Go
make it
into
if you want to.
executive session.
You go ahead, Mr. Chairman. Go
You're trying
ahead.
to get out of it, aren't you?
Well, Mr. Cortez says he needs to go in for personnel issues. I didn't see any personnel issues. I don't think I'm prepared to discuss any medical issues, so was there something else you wanted to talk about?
No, sir.
Okay, so we don't need it for that.
Okay, then we'll back up.
Okay,
And I will move that the personnel summary sheet be approved as submitted.
I'll second.
Okay?
Mrs. Blair?
Aye.
Mr. Moore?
Aye.
Mrs. Vacy?
Aye.
And then, Mr. Chairman, I will move that we go into executive session to discuss the two items that Mr. Ennis has alluded to, one that's listed on the agenda and the second one that was brought up by you as the chairman.
Okay.
Second.
Mrs. Blair?
Aye.
Mrs. Vacy?
Aye.
Mr. Moore?
No.
Does that mean you won't be participating in the executive session, or
I'm
you're just voting
I'm
against
voting
it?
against it, but I'll go in.
We'll have the pleasure of your company?
Well, I guess. We'll see.
Good, good.